everybody. Welcome to the Weird World Podcast, where we talk about weird stuff. My name's Carrie.
I'm Jack.
I'm Dean.
And Dean's got a weird bit for us.
Just this little one.
Yes, this is a true weird bit. Today we're going to talk about beavers.
Yeah. Oh.
Here on Beaver Talk, the podcast that's constantly misunderstood.
Yep. Lesbians, where are you?
How many beavers do you think used to be in North America back in the day?
Oh, this would be sad.
Pre-Europeans, let's say.
Millions.
0.
What?
I don't know.
You think they were imported from Europe?
Maybe.
No.
They're native. It's the Canada beaver.
Yeah. There were tens of millions of beavers at one point in North America. They were all over. This is
rodents.
beaver country.
See, I was debating either to say a bazillion or 0.
Yeah, well, that's cheating. But there even once was a giant beaver the size of a black bear during the Ice Ages, by the way.
Holy shit. Could you imagine?
Big-ass beaver.
She'll slap you with that tail.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for beavers, their fur is really soft and durable, and it's resistant to freezing and things like that.
And water.
Yeah.
And water, too,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's very popular in, cooler climates here in North America. And then also in the sometime, I guess, the 19th century and into the 20th century, I think, beaver coats became all the rage.
Yeah.
Man.
Was that the
Fur trappers.
weird Roaring 20s college
Even before,
kid?
actually, yeah,
Is
but
that
even
the
before
thing?
that, it was popular too. In the 19th century, it was popular,
Damn.
popular
But that's
as well.
weird. Why would
it's
a
very
college
weird.
kid want a big old beaver
Status.
coat?
Trendy, just trendy.
Weird.
So obviously, to satisfy the whims of fashion, beavers had to be slaughtered by the millions and thousands. So by about 1900, there were 100,000 beavers left in all of North America.
Holy
God.
cow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
From tens of millions. So
God damn.
beavers, as you know, they remake their ecosystem, don't they? They have maybe the highest impact animal out there, probably.
They are a
right?
keystone species.
They are. They make dams, as we know, and some people think only people should make dams, only much bigger dams made out of concrete that completely remake entire river valleys as opposed to just a little creek or whatever.
Yeah.
But it turns out that the actions of beavers are actually almost entirely beneficial. They're good. They conserve water, they maintain water quality, they reduce erosion, and they create lots of habitat for other animals to live in and to thrive.
Wow.
But for most of the existence, until relatively recent times, they were seen as a nuisance. And especially whenever they lived near people,
Yeah.
didn't work out so well.
People just think that, oh, we get to do everything. Animals can't do it.
I know.
It's really annoying. Like
Really do.
moles.
Yeah.
Let the moles be, okay?
I know. So what if they eat some of your flowers? Get
They
over
don't,
it.
though.
Get over your goddamn hydrangeas.
Moles don't eat flowers.
They eat the pests that eat your flowers. Let the moles
Why,
live.
so why do people hate moles then?
Because
Just the
they
holes?
think they're digging up my garden.
Yeah.
They
Like
eat my
gophers.
worms.
Why,
They eat
why does
worms.
every person have to
I
kill
don't
all the
know.
gophers
Leave
in
the
their
gophers
yard?
alone.
them
Stop
live.
whacking
Yeah.
the mole and the
Yeah.
gopher. Don't whack them.
Don't.
Stop it. Leave them alone.
It's mean.
So when people started to move into Southwestern Idaho in the 1930s in kind of a big way, a clash was inevitable because there were some beavers there.
Idahoans.
I just like to hear you say Idahoans in a sigh, just an
Well-
exasperated voice. Oh, those Idahoans.
And
They're
they're
on my
potatoes.
list right now.
Are they?
Yes.
Okay. You mean from the,
COVID related
Oh, yeah. Well-
issues.
well,
They're not doing the right thing.
no, they're not.
Get your act together, Idaho.
Okay. All right. Idaho. Yeah, actually, I agree with her. So soon, the new bipedal immigrants said that the old, quadrupedal, right, bucktooth natives were messing up their space. They were like flooding their lawns sometimes, or they're damaging their sprinkler systems or their culverts. That's not going to work. That's some bullshit, beavers. You got to go. Obviously, they had to go. They did a count. There were 76 beavers in this area. This was just at the end of World War II. So this was an enlightened era. And they said, we're not going to kill the beavers. Although I'll bet you money that was brought up in many meetings at the Idaho fishing game.
Yep.
Said, let's
Yeah.
just poison them, guys. They decided not to. The Idaho fishing game said, no, let's not kill them. Again, they're beneficial. They knew this by now. Let's just put them somewhere else. Let's go for option B.
Good luck.
They'd relocate them to a less populated part of the state. That was the idea, right? People had been moving beavers for a while, and it was typically done in a way that was really hard on the beavers.
Yeah.
It typically in Idaho in like 1930s when they first started transporting beavers, they would
Chloroform.
they would put them in a box, trap them, put them in a box, and they'd put the box in. They'd put how many beavers they could trap into a truck, and they'd take the truck out into the wilderness where they would then drop them off to a conservation officer who would take possession of them. And then that conservation officer said, okay, he would figure out the right place to put them far, far away in the wilderness. He would then put them in a truck and drive them as far as the road went. If that wasn't far enough, though, and it usually wasn't, they then had to put them onto mules or horses and take them on foot, in a sense, into, real isolated wilderness and then let them go there.
What the fuck?
That was how they did it. It was long and arduous, and it wasn't very efficient.
How are they going to do that for 76 beavers?
Exactly. And also, it was very hard on the beavers because they often died. Their mortality rate was exactly. There's a lot of stress, or they would get dried out. Beavers they're in water. I mean, they're water animals. They need to stay cool and stay wet. And being on in a truck and in the back of horses for 2 or 3 days wasn't working. So often they would die. Or it would make like some old beaver would get like super ornery and just throw a tantrum and spook the horse or the mule.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
They had a live animal on their back. And
they need to be in
like it.
water to poop, so they probably got real constipated.
Oh, yeah, I hadn't thought about that. That's even worse.
Sepsis.
Ooh, not good.
I didn't know that about beavers.
They do. They got to go in water to poop, poop, poop.
So now it's 1948. You've got these 76 beavers you need to move from southwestern Idaho to somewhere else. So, and we have been moving animals in more and more creative ways all the time. These days, of course, it's helicopter. Helicopters have kind of revolutionized. You might have seen, I know I've seen it somewhere, but there's a video of a rhino being airlifted with huge straps from the bottom of the helicopter to the feet, and they're hanging upside down. Have you seen that?
Oh my God, that's
I thought
terrible.
you meant like a hammock.
No,
Yeah.
no. They smaller animals. They move like goats. I've seen mountain goats will be in a hammock and they'll drop them off. No, rhinos, because their organs, if they carry them like that, their organs get compressed. So actually, it's safer and better for them if you hang them upside down. I'm sure they're sedated. And they're sedated. You hang them upside down by their feet. You take them to a place that's either safer for them or because it's a place they think they'll be able to breed. So they're trying to matchmaker it.
Yeah.
Matchmaker. That's
Rhino matchmakers. So in 1948, they're thinking, we got to think of a creative way. The horseback truck thing isn't going to work. How are we going to do this? So Elmo W. Heater of the Idaho Fish and Game Department, he said, you know what?
That's a name.
Let me try. Let me give it a shot.
Good old Elmo.
W. Heater.
Elmo W. Heater, Heter. I hope I'm not. It could be Hater. I don't know. Neither one's great, but Heater's better.
Yeah. Well, hater is pretty fun.
Yeah.
I'm not a hater. I'm just a hater.
Okay.
Could be header.
Let's move on. So Elmo, as he'll now apparently be named, he figured, you know what we can do? We can parachute them.
What?
What?
This is
skydiving BBs.
Elmo.
I imagine he ignored questions about if you could train the little beavers to pull the ripcord at the right time or to flatten out and so they don't go into a death roll. He just said, you know what? Let's not do it like that. Let's not expect too much for the beavers. Let's put them in a box and attach the box to a parachute, and we'll parachute them that way.
God. And then they're supposed to know how to get out of the box once they land.
I'm assuming there's a mechanism.
Gary, Elmo's going to, he's thinking things there.
Somebody's going to, boop, 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 boop. Hello, I'm coming to get you free.
They also decided they would do it in the Sawtooth Mountain Range of central Idaho, which, by the way, that's rugged country. So no, it was not going to be necessarily every time going to be someone manually letting them out.
Ooh, good luck.
So luckily, World War II was not long over, so there are plenty of parachutes. Check.
Okay.
This is going to be doable. We're going to do this. It's going to work, people. Let's go. Heater also had a grumpy old beaver on hand. I guess kind of a mascot. I don't know. But it was this old male beaver, and he had named it Geronimo.
Oh, no.
Which was completely apropos, as it turned out, since he became the test beaver for all of Heater's ideas on how to parachute the beavers into the wilderness.
I mean, he's got a pet beaver.
I think
And he's
so.
the guinea pig beaver.
Or he's just a beaver they had trapped, and he
weird.
he needed to trap it. I wasn't sure if they trapped a beaver especially for this or what, or
He just
he
on
had
hand.
it. Hey, he
Beaver on hand.
so for instance, he had to know how far to drop the parachute from. That was the most efficient and safest. It had to be above the tree line, obviously, but it also had to leave time for the parachute to deploy on the descent, but not so far that bad things can happen. Like the beaver could gnaw its way out of a box, let's say,
Yeah.
in
In
the time
the
it
air,
took.
yeah.
In the air, yeah. So it turned out about 500 to 800 feet was the sweet spot.
That doesn't seem like
But
it's enough.
he did that. It is because remember the parachute's deploying almost immediately.
Yeah.
As soon as it's safely
Okay.
away from the plane, it would deploy and slow the descent fairly quickly. And that was above most trees and was and they're trying to do it into meadows, by the way.
Yeah.
But hopefully not too far from a source of water.
Right.
Yeah, I was
some
gonna
creek.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are the beavers going to know where to go?
They'll find.
Do
Sense
they?
of smell. They can smell
Okay.
water from miles away.
Okay.
They're good at it. They know what to do.
Yeah. The box was the key, though, because if you just dropped a beaver off in a box and you didn't let it out, it would die in the box. So
Yeah.
the beaver had to get up out of the box at landing. Heater tried woven willow boxes, but he quickly found out those were super easy to chew through. So he
Yeah.
worried that a beaver would chew through in mid-flight. So he scratched woven willow as the box.
They sound real cute.
It does.
And rustic.
It sounds like something that we can buy on Etsy now.
Yeah.
100%. Mom, that's your next craft.
Yeah.
Woven willow boxes
You know,
for beaver parachute.
I see Carrie becoming a willow weaver.
A willow
Tomorrow.
weaver.
I've woven a bowl.
You a bowl? Made out of what? Straw?
Wool.
Wool? A wool bowl.
Yeah.
Wool bowl.
It's hard to say wool. It's like rural juror.
Rural.
Wool bowl. Really?
Yeah.
Have you ever eaten out of it?
Ew.
It's not that kind of. I mean, it's just a
Decorative.
bowl
Oh,
shape.
oh.
You could put a plant in it. You
Sure,
could put
sure.
doodads in it.
So
I kept
many
my
great-
masks in it
So
for
many
a
great
while.
things. I just love those, things like that sit around the house with absolutely no
Tchotchkes.
useful use in any way, shape, or form.
I kept my
Love
masks
'em,
in it.
Love them.
Oh my God. Lily.
It's very useful.
Okay. Heater tested some concepts, and he landed on two boxes that neither one had a lid, right? And he put them together on hinges and then fastened them kind of like a big suitcase.
They didn't have a lid?
So think of two boxes, both don't have a lid, and you put them together, lidless,
hinge 'em.
and then hinge
I
them.
see.
And then he'll strap them. And he drilled holes into them for air and, I don't know,
Thankfully.
parachuting too, ventilation for parachuting, I guess, just in case they didn't get out right away. And he tied it up in such a way to the parachute that as soon as it landed, it would snap open. The hinges would pop open.
Okay.
And the beaver would be able to easily, hopefully the parachute didn't land on top of the beaver, but
Eek. Like
And-
a little party ball of
Yeah.
a beaver.
And-
That's really
Yeah.
funny.
the beaver would, once the hinges were open, it would release its terrified occupant and the beaver
Yeah.
can go on its way.
It's traumatized.
So Geronimo was the test beaver for this, and eventually Geronimo had done so many tests that whenever Heater would come in with a box, Geronimo would just give up and meekly crawl into the box, ready for his next test.
God.
Yeah, he was dead
I
inside.
hate Heater.
by
Poor
this point.
Geronimo.
Yeah. To make up for this, though, Geronimo, when he was let loose on the airlift, he was landed with not one, not two, but three sweet lady beavers to start a whole new colony with. So,
That's nice.
yeah, it was nice of Heater to do that. So on August 14th, 1948, all 76 beavers began their journey to be airlifted out of Southwest Idaho into the Sawtooth Range in central Idaho. It took several days on a twin-engine Beechcraft Travel Air
Ooh.
plane. One beaver had the lashings. One of the lashings broke as one of the beavers was parachuting down, right? I think on the first day. And it crawled out. It was able to squirm out of the suitcase boxes, and get on and latch on to the top of the box. And it
Midair?
fell. Midair. Almost immediately it got out. It's falling a few hundred feet. Air surfing. This brave beaver was riding the airwaves, I guess, for hundreds of feet as it hurtled toward the ground. I mean, he's going to do it. This is going to happen. I guess they're looking down and they're seeing this, and okay, this is going to be great. Then at 75 feet, the beaver decided to either jump or he slipped off and he plummeted to his death.
Yeah, beavers, they are not good at climbing. They don't have great balance.
But if he just stayed on, if he held on, he would have been fine.
Wow.
I don't know how big
could
this
have been
box
trying.
is.
He could have been, you're right.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it might be like a Jack and Rose situation. There's not enough room for both of them on that fucking box.
Scoot the fuck over, Rose. I can clearly see you have room.
Yeah, well they need to tape that shit up.
But that beaver was the only casualty of the entire operation. 75 beavers made it safely to the ground.
What the fuck?
When they got down there, they did what beavers did usually, and they thrived. They started building colonies immediately, damming up creeks, and doing just fine.
Well, that's good to know.
There is a short documentary film that was made that cataloged this operation. It showed the beavers being loaded into boxes, trying to squirm out, etc. There's a typical narrator, a Disney-style narrator. No, you don't, old girl. Get back in your box. That kind of thing.
What's it called? Beaver Falls.
And that would be a fabulous name, by the way. The little shows they're loaded onto the plane. The plane takes off. They show the parachute coming down. There's a cameraman on at least one landing on this. I saw 2 minutes of it on YouTube. There's a cameraman is down there apparently because it shows the beaver popping out of his box, and there's the parachute, and it starts crawling away, and that's what the narrator is saying. Oh, don't worry, they'll find water. They're really good at that.
Yeah.
For decades, this footage was lost.
Oh, it's a lost media?
And then, for a long time it was.
I love those.
One day in 2014, Sharon Clark got a phone call. She worked for the Idaho Fish and Game Department. On the other end was a guy named Michael Davidson. He worked for the state archives. He said, I found it.
I found it.
She knew what he's talking about.
They had been actively looking for
They've been
this?
actively looking for it. Because
I mean,
6 years,
you?
6 years, Sharon Clark had been told about this from an old timer.
Yeah.
It just came up, and the guy goes,
Urban
they made a
legend.
film when the beavers were parachuted one time back in 1948, and they made a film about it. She's going, what now? I have to have that film.
Me
So
too.
she and Michael Davidson had been searching for it for 6 years. Again, he worked for the archives. He found it finally. It had been mislabeled and misfiled, but he was able to find it. They opened it up, and it was brittle. And so they had to call in a specialist to digitize it, and that was done successfully.
Oh my goodness.
And they were able to view it, and then apparently almost immediately it got out because it was uploaded on YouTube in 2015, where it garnered over 500,000 views. It became a little mini sensation. I have no memory of this whatsoever.
No, me neither.
I never heard of it. Oh.
Did you?
I've seen it. It's just a little. I don't know if it's the whole thing, but it's a 2-minute version. I'm pretty sure it's not because it seems like it starts in mid, and in mid kind of almost mid sentence from the fabulous narrator. It's one of those classic old timey narrators.
Yeah.
They're hilarious. We should still have them. So if you're interested in watching Beavers Parachute, jump on YouTube, check it out. It's entertaining, and that's the story of the skydiving beavers.
Well, they're braver than me.
Well, they weren't given a whole lot of choice in the matter,
That's true.
as you can imagine. They were kind of they're kind of involuntary parachutists.
Yes. Did you know our city has a beaver management program?
I did not know that.
BMP.
Wow.
Yep.
Really? How many are there?
I don't
Enough.
know.
There can't be
We
that
live near a
many.
river.
I know,
Yeah.
but still. Damn.
Yeah.
I would not have guessed we had a beaver management program.
Guess what the wire mesh around those trees we saw today on our dog walk is
For
for?
beavers.
It's for
proofing.
beavers.
Oh.
The city places wire mesh around trees at selected locations and keeps portions of creeks that are normally dry in the summer well drained. We were on a dry creek bed.
We love to see it. Thank you, beavers.
I've seen the beavers in the wild once or
Yeah.
twice. They're
I enjoy them.
they're bigger than you might think, too, by
Yes.
the way. They're pretty good sized creatures.
That's why I don't fuck with them. Them teeth.
Oh yeah, big old teeth. Not black bear size, but still big enough, like a small dog, almost a small to medium sized dog.
And they're
they're
thickums.
thick. Yeah, very
They're
thick.
thickums.
Yeah, they'll kick your ass. They'll chew right through your leg.
wombats.
What? Carrie seems stunned.
FYI.
What?
Oh, God.
We don't relocate beavers.
We kill them, don't we?
We kill them.
What the hell?
Listen
Put
here,
them, parachute
city.
them. Give them a chance. Give them a fighting chance. We're going to write the city.
It says relocation of wild mammals is not a biologically sound practice in many situations and is highly restricted in the state
You
of
know,
California.
That sounds like some bullshit. I'm angry. I want to see some parachutes.
Yeah. considerable stress, blah, blah, blah.
These
Better
beavers
than
live.
okay. You know what causes stress? Being killed.
Territorial disputes often resulting in low survival rates.
Yeah. Okay,
You know
they
what's a
might
low
have
survival
couple
rate?
points.
0 from being killed. That's a low survival rate. I'm angry. I'm still angry.
Yeah.
They might have a couple
terrible.
points,
This
but
is a
it's still
crusade.
sad.
This is a crusade that I'm forget about first thing in the morning, but still, it's going to be a crusade that's going
Gotta
to
be.
last through much of the rest of the night.
One solution: we open a beaver sanctuary.
Yes, in our backyard, backyard beavers. We'll call it backyardbeavers.com. Trademark that right now.
I'm sure it exists.
Probably does.
Anyway,
Any other news for us, Garrett?
Just let them live.
Yeah, that's what I say.
yeah.
But I guess property damage and
Fuck your property.
or
Abolish
Sorry about your
property.
sprinklers.
flood control issues.
Now this is going to turn into Jack's communism podcast. Abolish property. Anyway.
Okay. All right. That's a weird bit. Our weird bit. Hope you enjoyed that. See, it wasn't nasty or horrible. Or,
No,
or
it wasn't.
No one died.
Nobody
One
cried.
beaver died.
Well, one beaver died.
Well, that's it. Though. That's not bad.
Oh,
Out
yeah.
of 76, that's not bad. All right. See you next time.
Thanks, Dean.
Follow us and like us.
And that stuff on the stuff. Okay. Jack sounded a little needy there.
Write us a good review.
That'd be nice. Cool.
5 stars.
Right on.
Bye.
Goodbye.
All right. Bye.